Hi, I'm Jeff McCubbin, Dean of the College of Applied Human Sciences. You are in for a treat today, an opportunity to hear from our emeritus faculty and staff who have contributed so much to building this college.
And so when I got the opportunity to join the faculty, I thought that was probably the best day in the world for me.
When I graduated in '49, I took all kinds of tests to determine what you should go into, and the fellow doing it has said, well, either you blew the test or you ought to be a teacher. And teaching was the farthest from my mind.
I was adamant that I never wanted to go into teaching, even as a child. After just a couple of weeks of doing it, working with college students, being back on a campus, getting to share my interest in my field, it was heaven.
I wanted to be involved in service and working with people. That's when I joined the Peace Corps. And then after that, decided I really liked teaching. Then came my passion for exercise and ended up at CSU.
I kind of stumbled into it, but I couldn't be happier in finding a profession that kind of met my people orientation.
He asked me, he said, Dad, how will I know if I'm doing what I should be doing? And my response was, because you'll love going to work every day, and the minute that happens, you never have to work another day in your life.
And when I first came to Colorado State, I was asked to work and coordinate the federal program FNEP. And then on the side, I got a call from Extension, and they wanted someone to work on the nutrition aspect of cardiovascular disease. And my father had died of a heart attack before I first came to this country. And I became very interested.
I was here as an undergraduate in the 50s, then left here to do a full-time job in New Jersey, and then Peace Corps, and then on around the world, et cetera, et cetera. They suddenly needed a faculty person. I came up in 1973. I officially left in the year 2000.
Each faculty member came to CSU and Fort Collins along a different path, and each person has made a mark on our college.
And the cornerstone of what I've tried to do at Colorado State is always designing programs that ultimately can change behavior in the target audience so that we can be effective and try to prevent disease and promote good health.
One of the special projects that the students and I began promoting early on was the homecoming race, and that grew from maybe 20 participants at the beginning to well over 1,000 now. I really enjoyed that activity and enjoyed having the students work with me. And I think the university now sees it as a regular part of the homecoming weekend. I like to see it as a healthy part of the homecoming weekend.
Probably I'm most proud of the fact that during my tenure at CSU, I served as the national president for 3 different honorary or professional societies. And I hope it made a difference in the profession, you know. Yeah. I know it made a difference in me.
One of the things maybe I'm most proud about, in addition to the 250,000 students that I've put to sleep, is that one of my books just got translated into Korean. And so it's kind of neat to think that it's useful enough in another country.
I remember the very first exhibit we did in what became the Curfman Gallery was one of the editions of Rodin's The Thinker. And when the students came in, here they are seeing a work that they had seen pictures of, but there it was, The Thinker. And they came in, it was most interesting, because it was like they were going to church. No one ever spoke above a whisper.
Price started with a grant, Fulbright study grant, that the university had for faculty to take their area of interest and study in India. Probably the biggest thrill was being able to have a somewhat lengthy discussion with both Mother Teresa and Indira Gandhi at 2 separate, and then never forgotten those experiences, of course.
The Vietnam Bridge, yes, that was a fascinating project. 2 friends from that had gone to school together. One of them was anti-war, one of them volunteered and went to Vietnam. The one said, you know, I'm not admitting to anything, but I was there the night that the old Main got burnt down. So it'll give you a little idea of how contrast the two friends were. And they decided that there should be a Vietnam-era memorial, not a war memorial, that would recognize that the two sides had come back together. I was so moved I had tears in my eyes when I walked across the bridge.
As a faculty member, it's the time spent with students and the impact on the students that matters the most.
It was a position that allowed me to work with graduate students, which I dearly love, which is the thing I will miss the most in retirement.
When you see somebody who's found their life work, their direction that they want to go, it's just terribly exciting. So it's great to see those kids and the eagerness that they have about what they're doing.
I love the students. I miss them more. I don't miss the politics or all of that connected with the area, but working with the students.
The day-to-day satisfaction of watching students develop, watching them go to these national conventions and seeing them say, oh my gosh, look what this business is all about. And coming home being just bubbly over with enthusiasm and can't wait to get back into the classroom and get back out into start my career.
Thanks for joining us today, and a very special thank you to the faculty and staff who made this all possible.
Coming to CSU and to Fort Collins has been a wonderful experience. I can't think of a better place to live. I can't think of a better career than higher education.
So, and I got to choose. I mean, there's not a better job.
I've loved my job and feel privileged and appreciative that I've been able to do it for so many years.
I think there's a satisfaction with being something beyond yourself, something that's helping somebody else maybe, that you can't get any other way.
Without the opportunities that I had at CSU, you know, we wouldn't be where we are today.
The beauty of it for me was that these were students that were non-majors. I wanted to help them see how they could express themselves and interpret things that they were looking at.
I was just so lucky coming to a young department, and that just makes going to work really pleasant.
I felt fortunate every day that I walked up to the doors of Guggenheim and thought, what a wonderful way to finish my career.